Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shutari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. बांस जीरो कर दीजिए. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. We're meeting after a long time. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Kartik month, wonderful Kirtan, wonderful chanting, hearing the glories of the Lord. Some of us went for yatras also. So it was a wonderful experience to celebrate this Kartik month. We should never leave a chance to gather good experience in Krishna consciousness. Because after all, what we remember is our experiences. Whenever we go for yatra or we attend some festivals or some lecture or kirtan and somebody asks you, how was the program? So we don't remember the details. प्रभु जी ने ये क्लास में बताया और हमने ये प्रसाद खाया और यहाँ गए वहाँ गए. What we say is, मजा आया. It was a good experience. So these experiences, they sustain us in our Krishna consciousness. So we should be always eager to gather good experiences. Wherever we find, wherever we get a chance, we should not miss this opportunity. Madhava Tithi Bhakati Janani Jatane Palana Kari. All the days related to Krishna, they are the mothers of devotion. Ekadashis, the appearance days, the Kartik month and Purushottam Mas, they are all very, very potent durations of time when we can actually increase our devotional credits to thousands. We are continuing our discussion from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on second chapter, which is entitled Contents of Gita Summarized. We are on which verse? Anyone remembers? 38. Okay. So just to have a quick recap of what we have discussed so far. In the first chapter, Arjun, he requests Krishna, please place my chariot in between the two armies. And Krishna places the chariot right in front of whom? Bhishma and Drona. They were the dearmost to Arjun. And he's seeing 5 generations assembled in front of him, ready to fight and kill each other. And he gets bewildered. He gives 5 reasons why he doesn't want to fight. I am feeling compassionate. So many soldiers, crores of soldiers will be killed. I'll become sinful if I kill all of them. If I kill all of them, how will I enjoy? And if the men are killed, who will protect the women of the society? Who will maintain the dynasty? Who will maintain all the dharmic rituals? Who will offer pindadan? And then ultimately in the second chapter he says, I am confused. And then Krishna, he just gives a pep talk in the beginning of this chapter. What are you doing, Arjun? Get a fight. You are behaving like a eunuch. Previously you became eunuch for 1 year. Now I think you have actually become eunuch. Still Arjun says, nothing doing. I am not going to fight. I can't kill my worshipable elders. Guru Nahatva Himahanubhava. They are Mahanubhav. They may have done some wrong, but I will not do this thing. I will not kill them. And then ultimately he surrenders to Krishna. And then the first thing which Krishna does is, he chastises Arjun. You are behaving like a pandit. You are completely fool. A pandit. And then he gives the knowledge of the soul. You are showing compassion for the body. Body is anyways dead matter. The soul is eternal. And then in this section we are discussing the last verse. In this section Krishna describes whether you win or you die. It is a win-win situation. If you lose, you will go to heaven and enjoy. If you win, you will stay here and enjoy. So therefore, please don't have this thought that you will win or you will lose. Don't know what is going to happen. Both ways you are going to win. And then 38th verse will recite. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labha jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsisi. Translation, somebody can please read.
Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin.
Yeah. So I think we have a wireless mic here, right? यहाँ पे सामने रखा है, काम करता है, देख लीजिए यहाँ पे. एंड इसका जो वायर है ये फर्स्ट वाले स्लॉट में डालिए और इसका जो पीछे वायर है इसका ये वायर प्लस फर्स्ट वाले स्लॉट में डालिए. Okay, that's better. So you can keep this mic for somebody asks a question or something. Working? ठीक है, no problem. ठीक है, कोई बात. Okay, so now Krishna is saying Sukha Dukkhe Same Kritva. In happiness and distress, you should be equipoised. Sukha, Dukkha, Sama. Have equal disposition towards happiness and distress, labha or alabha. Either you lose or you gain or you win or you get defeated, equipoised. सुन के कैसा लगता है? Either you win or you die, no problem. अगर बच्चा क्लास में टॉप करे या फिर फेल हो जाए, मंथन आके बोलेगा आज ही क्लास में सुना है मम्मी. Whether you win or you get defeated, no problem. तो मुझे क्यों डांट रहे हो आप? You are not applying Bhagavad Gita in your life. सुख दुखे समय कृत्वा लाभ अलाभ जय अजय. Krishna is telling Arjun, after you give your best, then whatever comes, then you should be equipoised. Not that, anyways I have to be equipoised, so why should I study only? जो मिलेगा हम accept कर लेंगे. After you give your best, then whatever comes, be equipoised. In this way, tato yuddhaya yujyasva. Do fight for the sake of fighting, just because you are given this duty to fight. Therefore, you have to execute your duty. And in this way, you will not incur sin. Arjun had a doubt. I will become sinful. Here Krishna is saying, Naivam papam avapsasi. You will not become sinful if you work in this consciousness. In the previous chapter, 36th verse, Arjun had said that Papam eva shray tasmad hatvaitana tataina. I'll become sinful by killing. If I kill all these atatai means those who are aggressors. There are 6 types of people who are atatai. There we have heard. One who tries to kill, one who tries to plunder wealth, one who tries to take away the property or kidnap one's wife. Kauravas had done everything towards Pandavas. So he's saying, if I'll kill all these atatai, I will get papa. But Krishna here he is saying, Naivam papam. You will not become sinful, O Arjun, because you are working with detachment. You are not working for your own sense gratification. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting for the matter of duty. Whether defeat or victory, that is no problem. Chalega. So it is interesting, in the previous verse, Krishna tells Arjun, if you enjoy, you will enjoy even if you win or you die. Hato va prapsasi swargam, jitva va bhokshase mahim. If you win, you will live here and enjoy. And if you die, you will go to heaven and enjoy. And now he is saying, Arjun, don't think in terms of profit and loss. And in consecutive verses, Krishna is contradicting himself. पहले बोल रहे हैं, अरे both ways you are going to win. Now he is saying, don't think of winning and losing. So somebody will say, Krishna भूल के लगता है, पिछला क्या बोला था? Actually, in both cases, Krishna is saying, fight, but the motivation of fighting that matters a lot. What is the motivation behind your fight? Why are you fighting? So Krishna is clarifying it, that you should fight with a detached mood. That he will speak in detail in the next verse in more clear way. If somebody works with a detached way for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, then he is not affected by the results of the work. Prabhupada gives a simple example. A soldier, he is fighting on the border and killing hundreds of enemies. And he is awarded Paramveer Chakra. And if the same soldier comes and kills one citizen, क्या होगा? क्यों भाई, उधर तो 100 लोगों को, हजारों को मारा आपने, मेरे को परमवीर चक्र दिए. इधर एक को मारा और you are giving me capital punishment. Why? Because there he was working for the government. Here he is working for his own sense gratification. So that is different. So the motivation matters. Why? This is a very common, very powerful word in the outside world. Why? Your why should be clear. Why I am doing what I am doing. If somebody asks you why you are going for Bhagavad Gita class, and we start thinking, मैं भी यही सोच रहा हूँ. पता नहीं कौन सी घड़ी थी जब मैंने यहाँ पे आना शुरू किया. Then there is a problem. If our why is not clear, if we are thinking, भाई क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं, I don't know, then there is a big problem. In Govardhan Leela, Krishna goes to Nanda Maharaj and says, Nanda Maharaj, oh father, why all these things are going on? Why all these arrangements are happening? You please tell me the reason, and you should know why you are doing what you are doing. Because if you don't know why you are doing what you are doing, you will not get success in your work. Gyatva gyatva cha karmani janoyam manutishthati gyatva karma siddhisya yatha na vidusho bhavet. अभी रहने दीजिए, डोंट डिस्टर्ब. अरे बोल, बाद में नेक्स्ट क्लास यू कैन डू ऑल द R&D. So gyatva agyatva cha karmani janoyam anutishthati. Sometimes people, they know why they are doing what they are doing, sometimes they don't know. Gyatva karma siddhi, if they know why, then they will become successful. Otherwise, na avidusho bhavet. Ignorant people will never become successful. So we should be very clear with our why. Why I am doing this? Why I want to practice spiritual life? Why I want to learn Gita? So this motivation matters a lot. Our motivation decides our destination. What do we want in this life? Why we have come here for? So Prabhupada writes, Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. Krishna wants this battle. In the 11th chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna, whether you fight or not, none of these Kauravas are going back home alive. I have already killed them. Just time is separating. Nimitta matram bhava sabhyasachi. You become the instrument and you take the glory of Arjuna. So therefore, whether you are acting for me or not doesn't matter because they will be killed. But if you act and do whatever I am saying, you will get the credit, you will get the glory. So Krishna desires this battle. That's why he has come here for. Yada yada dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. He has come to establish dharma. So Prabhupada writes, there is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or gain, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. Why we are doing? For Krishna's pleasure. That changes the whole paradigm. I am not doing for myself. I am doing for the Lord. There is kama and there is prema. Kama means I am doing it for my own self. Atmendriya priti vancha tare boli kam. Krishnendriya priti ichha dhare premana. If you want to serve Krishna and please Krishna, that is called as love. Anything other than that is lust. That is kama. So therefore, work for Krishna, that is transcendental consciousness. There are three types of work: karma, akarma, vikarma. Karma means karma or sakarma, the same. That is good activity, pious activity. Vikarma means sinful activity. And what is akarma? What is akarma? Any thoughts? कुछ नहीं करना है. Akarma means working for the pleasure of the Lord. That means whether you do anything or whatever is told to you, you are doing for Krishna, you will not get the reaction for it. That is called as akarma. No reaction. You will be doing good activity only, but you will not get any reaction for it. Just like the soldier fighting. He is not getting the reaction of killing. That is called as akarma. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna, you do akarma. So this akarma principle is very, very important in Krishna consciousness. Whatever I am doing, it is for the pleasure of the Lord. I am maintaining my family. Why? So that my family becomes Krishna conscious. I am working so that I can earn and then can help my family and society become Krishna conscious. I am studying so that I can become a better person, so that I can serve Krishna better. I can inspire others better to come close to God. Then it becomes bhakti, then it becomes devotion. So that is how he says, be equipoised, O Arjun. Either you become successful or you fail. Somebody may say, if you don't show emotions in different situations, then we'll become like robots, right? Whether you become very a topper of the class or you fail, equipoised. No difference. We have to understand the purpose of practicing spirituality. First, we have to understand whether we are up in our life or down in our life. We should always have positive mindset. You should never get disappointed. There is a term pessimistic. मतलब हमेशा बुरा ही सोचते हैं, नेगेटिव ही सोचते हैं. You have met such people. They are always negative about life. Even if all good things are happening in the world, they'll say नहीं कुछ तो problem है, गड़बड़ है. If a person is really good, they say नहीं इतना good क्यों है, इतना अच्छा क्यों है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, दाल में काला है. A spiritualist is an optimist. A spiritualist can never be a pessimist. That means he understands whatever is happening in my life, it has a purpose. And it is for my good. Otherwise, why Krishna will, put this situation in my life? It is not that Krishna को और कुछ काम नहीं था तो थोड़ा इसके जीवन में दुख दिया. No, whatever is happening in our life, especially for a devotee, not for a materialist, especially for a devotee, a practicing spiritualist, whatever is happening in his life or her life, that is Krishna's arrangement, so that we can come one step closer to him. No other purpose. Always positive. That is must. If we are not positive in our mindset, as it is said, if you are not an optimist, you are an atheist. Only an atheist is pessimist. If you are a devotee and you are not seeing positive things in your life, then that means there is some problem. We have not understood Krishna. We are thinking, I don't know what is happening. Why do bad things happen to me? That means you need to attend Gita course again. We have not understood how Krishna works in the life of devotees. Always positive. We have heard the story of a man and the horse. One time there was a man, he had a horse, the horse ran away. And all the villagers came and said, "Aroe, bura ho gaya, aapka horse, ghoda bhag gaya." He said, "No problem, whatever Krishna desires. Krishna has a plan." After 2 days, that horse came with a mare, she horse. So, again villagers came, अच्छा हो गया, एक गया, दो आ गए, वाह. They said, okay, whatever is Krishna's will. Then the son of this person, he was training the mare, she horse, and he fell down from the horse. And his leg got broken, fracture. Again villagers came, अरे बुरा हो गया, देखो टांग टूट गई आपके बेटे की. Whatever happens is Krishna's will, no problem. After a few days, the neighboring country attacked and the king declared all the young people of the country should be sent for the war. So this person had a fracture. He was not sent. Again everybody came, अरे अच्छा हो गया, आपके बेटे का पाँव टूट गया. So he said, अरे कब तक चलेगा आप लोग का, अच्छा हो गया, बुरा हो गया, what is happening? We are not understanding the purpose. Whatever is happening has a plan behind it. So we should always understand a devotee means positive. Sukha, dukkha, sam. Sam does not mean devotee is having a very grave face. When we say devotee is serious. Serious means what? हंसेंगे नहीं हम, हंसना होना है. प्रभु जी ने बोला serious बनना है. That is not a serious devotee. We hear this sentence, this person is serious about it. So when we say this serious, what we expect? When do we say this person is serious? Yes, any thoughts? Serious? What serious of me?
Committed.
He is committed toward the process. Whatever he is doing, he is committed to it. Whatever may happen, he will do it. He is committed, serious. So that is seriousness of a devotee. Whatever may happen, I am committed to my chanting. I am committed to the process. That defines seriousness. That is positive. That is sukha dukkha sam. Whether good things or bad things. Whether something nice has happened in my life or some wrong things happened. I will not compromise on my spiritual practices. Sukha dukkha sam. Labh alabh. So that is very important. And when we have this mentality, we become more dignified human beings. That means we don't get swayed away by the problems. We don't destroy our relationships if the other people doesn't work the way we want. Equipoised, koi baat. Sukha, dukkha, either man or apman, this person didn't speak the way I want, no problem. Sukha, dukkha, sama, labh, alabh, jaya, ajaya. So it is very important to have this mentality. Relationships have problems when we have too many expectations from other person. So Krishna is saying, don't have too many expectations. Sama. Sama means equal, equipoised. And similarly, we should be satisfied in our relationship with God. Sometimes we expect too much from Krishna. Krishna, I am chanting since last one day. अभी तो मेरे जीवन के प्रॉब्लम दूर करो. So we expect too much and too quickly sometimes, One person was praying, Krishna, please give me patience and I want it now. We demand too much sometimes. So therefore, this is very nice platform to develop good relationships. Sukha, dukkha, sam. Whether the other person is working the way we want or not working, no problem. Labha, alabha, jaya, jaya. Because we only want the first part of this package, Sukha, labha, jaya. Krishna says ऐसा नहीं होता है. सुख के साथ कॉम्बो पैक है दुख आएगा ही. लाभ होगा तो अलाभ विल कम. जया अजय विल कम. वही तो प्रॉब्लम है, नहीं चाहिए हमको. We run away from the other part. But the problem in this world is the combo pack है. You won't get only one side, just like the coin has also always two sides. Head रहेगा तो tail रहेगा ही. But हमको head नहीं चाहिए, हमको tail नहीं चाहिए. Prabhupada would tell half hen logic. अर्ध कुक्कुटी न्याय. One time there was a man, very greedy person, and he had a hen, and the hen would lay eggs, but he had to feed the hen every day. So he thought, hey, this is not good. I have to feed the front part, but the back part is good. So what I'll do is I'll cut the hen in half. I don't have to feed the hen, and I'll get the eggs also. It doesn't work the way this person is thinking, or the half hen logic. So people, they don't understand the nature of this world. Everything has a flip side. If you have sukha, dukkha will come. Any of us have endeavored for sukha in your life? Dukkha in your life. जीवन में आजकल दुख नहीं आ रहे हैं, तो कुछ तो ट्राई करना पड़ेगा दुख लाने के लिए. None of us have tried. दुख आया है? बिना एंडेवर किए दुख आया है? आया है? क्यों नहीं आना चाहिए ना? एंडेवर किया नहीं तो क्यों आना चाहिए? Similarly, Krishna says, If you don't endeavor for dukkha, it comes. Similarly, you don't endeavor for sukha, it will come. It will come automatically even if you don't endeavor for it. Tat prayaso na kartavyo yatha ayu vayaparam na tatha vindate shemam mukunda charanambujam. Don't endeavor for happiness in this world. Then what we should endeavor for? Try to endeavor to attain the lotus feet of Lord. Mukunda charana. That is a rare thing. वो अपने आप नहीं आता. Happiness and distress will come automatically. But devotion, we have to work for it. So therefore, we have to understand always the best and the worst, they are bound together. Sukha and dukkha, labha, alabha, jaya, ajaya, they will always come together. So we should not get frustrated. The sooner we accept this world, what this world is offering us, sooner we'll be peaceful. Because we get frustrated, अरे बाबा नहीं चाहिए था दुख, क्यों आ रहा है दुख? It is not possible to avoid it. That's why the first instruction which Krishna gave to Arjuna is 2.14, please take out. The first instruction which Krishna is giving to Arjuna. That's the beginning of instructions. Matra sparashastu kaunteya Shitoshna sukha dukkada Agamapaino nitya Tamsa tikshasva bharata. So Krishna is saying, please learn to tolerate the dualities of the world. Same thing is coming here there also, right? Matra sparashastu kaunteya Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. Tolerate. Learn to tolerate. This tolerance is must. When we develop this mentality of acceptance and tolerance, we can be peaceful. Then we will learn how to practice devotional service in a peaceful way. Somebody may say, well, isn't it natural to feel happy when we succeed and to feel sad when we fail? Why Gita is telling us, why Krishna is telling us suppress these feelings? Yes, Gita is not discouraging the display of emotions, but Krishna is telling don't unnecessarily escalate the transient emotions. So overwhelmed by the dukkha in life that you can't function. So much problem. Sometimes we get more overwhelmed by our own response to the problems. Problem is this much, our response makes it worse. So therefore, we are not about becoming insensitive human beings. Spirituality is actually about becoming very sensitive. But we should not display unnecessarily escalated emotions. That is not so much needed. When Abhimanyu was killed, Arjun was sad. And when Ashwatthama was killed, when Dronacharya was given the news that Ashwatthama is dead, he also was sad. What was the difference? Dronacharya stopped fighting. Arjun continued to fight. That is the difference. Both were sad. But the next step matters. Next step determines a spiritualist, a devotee. A devotee never gives up services. He never gives up his duty. That is important in life. All of us must have traveled to some places in train, and on the way there are lots of wonderful scenic places to see. And if we come with some relatives and they drop us at the train station and they leave, and all the while we are thinking, अरे अभी कब मिलेंगे इनसे पता नहीं, अभी 1 साल के बाद मिलना होगा, and we are just absorbed in that. We will not enjoy the scenic places on the train journey. So if we are obsessed and absorbed in the problems, we can't live our life properly. We can't enjoy what comes next. So therefore it is very, very important to understand. You can just reduce the volume, Ruji. Thoda sa first one. Yeah. Yes, thoda sa. Reduce. Yeah, that's it. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it is very, very important to have this sama. Sukha, dukkha, sama kritva, labha, alabha, jaya, ajaya. Prabhupada writes, he who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone. So it is very, very important to develop this consciousness that whatever I am doing, it is for pleasing the Lord, and whatever is coming in my life, it is planned by the Lord. In that consciousness, we can be peaceful. We will not be disturbed. As it is said, miseries are compulsory, suffering is optional. Miseries will come in everyone's life. Whether you like it or not, whether you plan it or not. None of us plan for miseries, but still they come. But in those miseries, either to suffer or not, that is in our hand. Our response decides our future. So it is very, very important to have this mindset of sama. Sukha, dukkha, sam. Don't get too much excited if some good things are happening, and don't get too much depressed if bad things are happening. Krishna has a plan. And Prabhupada writes, anyone who has surrendered to Krishna, he is no longer a debtor, he is not obliged to anyone. So that is a devotee. A devotee, a spiritualist, as soon as he starts practicing this process of bhakti yoga, this bhakti yoga is a very, very powerful process. It is the fastest and the safest path. Of all the other yoga paths, karma, jnana, ashtanga and bhakti, this bhakti yoga is the fastest, safest and surest path. For sure we will get the results. And whoever we may be, we will get the results for sure. It doesn't matter. The external qualifications don't matter. Whether we can memorize some verses of Bhagavad Gita or not. Krishna will not ask on the entry gate, कितना श्लोक याद किया गीता का? नहीं किया, वापस जाके याद करके आओ. एकादशी निर्जल किया कि सजल किया? हमने तो 4 बार खाया. वापस जाओ. All these things don't matter. Krishna is not pleased by austerities. Krishna is pleased by what we do in fasting. If we are doing Ekadashi and all the time and fasting and all the time thinking, कब होगा कल सुबह? Paran time कब होगा? We are more conscious of prasad than Krishna. प्रसाद कब खाने को मिलेगा? अरे बाबा, eat 4 बार लेकिन chanting कर. So externals don't matter. Our external qualifications, आराधितो यदि हरि तपसा ततः किम, नाराधितो यदि हरि तपसा ततः किम, अंतर बहिर यदि हरि तपसा ततः किम, न अंतर बहिर यदि हरि तपसा ततः किम. Very beautiful verse. If you are doing aradhana of Krishna, what is the use of tapasya? And if you are not doing aradhana, then what is the use of tapasya? Because the purpose is to remember Krishna. Externals don't matter. So this process of devotional service, it is the most wonderful path which anyone can practice. Prabhupada would always say, even a small child can chant. As soon as we start speaking, Prabhupada would say, as soon as we start speaking, children, they are not interested, they go away. But when Kirtan is there, they also sing, they also chant. So this Kirtan is attractive for everyone. That is very, very powerful way in which anyone can connect to Krishna. The age doesn't matter, qualifications don't matter, our learnings don't matter. Whether you can understand Gita or not doesn't matter. Understand the mood of Gita. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once he was on a South India yatra and he went to Sri Rangam. In Sri Rangam, he met a Brahmana. This Brahman was not so much literate. He was reading Gita. And every day he would read Gita, but he was not able to pronounce also properly. Ashtadash adhyay padhe ananda aveshe ashuddha padhe na loka kare upahase. He was reading in a wrong way. Ashuddha padhe na. So people were making fun of him. Yeah, they go Brahman, he is not able to read also properly. Keha se keha ninde taha nahi mane. Avishta hoya Gita padhe anandita mane. Somebody is laughing, somebody is making fun of him. He doesn't care for any of them. He was just absorbed in reading Gita, although he can't read anything. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met him, he saw him and he asked, "Oh Brahmana, I am seeing that you are reading Gita, you are not able to read, but you are having ecstatic tears in your eyes. You are crying also. Why are you crying if you are not able to understand anything?" We cry because हमको भी कुछ समझता नहीं. But he was not crying कि समझता नहीं है. He was actually enjoying Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna Mahaprabhu asked, "Why are you crying?" So this Brahmana, he spoke wonderful. He said, "Oh Lord, when I see the cover page of Bhagavad Gita, I can't read anything. My guru has given me instruction to read, that's why I am reading. You know why I am crying? When I see the cover page, you know what I am seeing? Arjuner rathe Krishna hoye rajjudhar bashiyache hate totra shyamala sundar. I am seeing this cover page, Krishna is driving the chariot of his dear devotee Arjun. Arjunere koite chena hita upadesh. Eilagi hoy moro anand avesh. And he is speaking instructions to Arjun. When I see this picture, I am ecstatic. उसे देख के ही मुझे आनंद आ रहा है. I am understanding how wonderful my Krishna is. He is becoming chariot driver for his devotee. प्रभु कहे गीता पाठे तुम्हारा ही अधिकार. तुम ही तो जानिया से गीता अर्थ सार. He says, Mahaprabhu says, you are qualified to read Gita. You have understood the essence of Gita. Otherwise, if somebody is reading all those 700 verses nicely, but he is not even understanding karna kya hai. One person came to Prabhupada and said, "Swamiji, I can recite all the 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita in 40 minutes. Prabhupada said, "Can you live Bhagavad Gita for 40 minutes? Understanding the essence of Gita is more important than to just do parrot-like chanting. Anybody can recite verses." One life member came to Prabhupada and said, "Swamiji, I have heard your disciples chanting. Their pronunciation is not good." The Western disciples. Prabhupada said, "Their pronunciation is not good, but their renunciation is very good. They have left everything and just see, they have come all the way and practicing Gita, practicing Krishna consciousness." Another person came to Prabhupada and said, "Swamiji, I was sitting in the class and I saw all your disciples were sleeping all the time." Prabhupada said, "All the time?" He said, "At least 95% of the time they were sleeping." Prabhupada said, "Just see, hearing 5%, what has happened to them? They have given up all their bad habits. And what have you given up? You heard all the 100% class, na? What are you doing?" So therefore, we should not be concerned, कुछ समझ नहीं रहा है, पता नहीं क्या है, कुछ तो बोल तो देते हैं प्रभु जी, क्लास में तो लगता है समझ गया, घर जाके खोलते हैं तो लगता है सब एक ही दिख रहा है, किधर से शुरू किए थे, किधर कौन सा श्लोक था पहले, तो वो ढूंढने में टाइम लगता है, सब श्लोक एक ही जैसे लग रहे हैं. Doesn't matter. If we are able to understand the essence, that whatever we are doing, it is to make us remember Krishna. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavyo na jatuchit. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyu kinkara. All the rules and regulations in scriptures are meant for two things. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. एक ही चीज है ना, दो बार क्यों बोल रहे हैं? To emphasize. बार बार एक ही चीज बोल रहे हैं. It's like when the child goes to hostel, first time he is going to stay in hostel. मम्मी 10 बार एक ही चीज बोलती है, बेटा अच्छे से रहना, अच्छे से खाना, अच्छे फ्रेंड्स बनाना, पढ़ाई करना. बेटा बोलता मम्मी 10 बार एक ही चीज बोल रही हो. Why she says the same thing again and again? To emphasize that is his love, that is our love. So therefore the scriptures, they want us to practice, not just read and think, अरे अच्छा हुआ, पढ़ा, मजा आया, सुन लिया. What next? Apply. That is important. So now the 39th verse, Krishna, he is going to describe in detail, and he is about to counter the third argument of Arjun. What was the third argument of Arjun? The first argument was, I am feeling compassionate. Why should I fight? Second, how will I enjoy alone? Third, I will become sinful. So in 38th verse, Krishna said, in brief, you will not be sinful if you fight in that consciousness of equal vision. Now he is going to elaborate that in 39 to 53, these verses. We'll recite this. 39th verse. Esha te abhita sankhye buddhir yoge tumam shano buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Translation, somebody can read loudly.
Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fleeting results. O son of Pratha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works.
Okay, so this is our transitional verse, very important verse in the second chapter, where Krishna is now taking Arjun to the next level of understanding. He's now going to describe in detail how one can work without getting affected by the results of the work. So he says, Esha te abhihita sankhye. Till now I have explained to you the Sankhya, that means analytically. What is the analysis he has done so far? He has described soul and the body. That is the analysis so far. So he says, I have explained this Sankhya so far. Sankhya means analytical study. And this is a very common term in the outside world, in the spiritual world. Sankhya. It comes from the word Sankhya. So Sankhya means counting numbers. So what is the counting? Counting the elements of this world. That is Sankhya. What is the result of this counting? क्या होगा काउंट करने से इस संसार में कितने एलिमेंट्स हैं, किससे किससे बना है ये एलिमेंट्स? वो साइंस वाले एलिमेंट्स नहीं, ये अलग एलिमेंट्स हैं. अर्थ, वाटर, फायर, एयर, ईथर, mind, intelligence, ego, then the senses, then the sense objects, and the ultimately soul. This is a counting. So what is the effect of counting? क्या पता चलता है काउंट करने से? Simple example. If in front of you one rasgulla comes or gulab jamun, so what's the natural reaction? मुंह में पानी आएगा. If you are not diabetic, पानी फिर भी आएगा. And if I put in front of you sugar, then water, then maida, पानी आएगा मुंह में? क्यों भाई? Ingredients तो वही है ना? What made the difference? The ingredients. We have broken down rasgulla or gulab jamun in the ingredients. The combination looks very attractive. But a yogi, what he does, when he sees a beautiful object or an attractive object, he thinks, ingredients तो यही सब है. Why should I get attracted to the combination? That is called Sankhya. समझा? Simple. Sankhya means when you break down this world into ingredients. This world is what? Made up of 5 elements and all these simple things. Combination looks very attractive. So Krishna is saying, so far I have described Sankhya Yoga. He has described matter and soul. Now I am going to describe Buddhi Yoga. I am going to describe what is Buddhi Yoga. What is this Buddhi Yoga? When you use your intelligence to understand your connection with the Lord. That is Buddhi Yoga. Use your intelligence and connect to the Lord. That is Buddhi Yoga. You know what will happen when you work in this consciousness? Karma bandhan prahasyasi. You will not be affected by the work you are doing in this world. So that is very important. So Sankhya means analysis and Buddhi means the wisdom you get to see the world in right perspective and to develop connection with the Lord. So that is what Krishna is going to describe in this section. Buddhi Yoga Timam Shunu. Srila Prabhupada describes. According to the Vedic dictionary, Sankhya means describes that which describes things in detail, Sankhya. And Sankhya refers to the philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. So now, just to have understanding of what is happening, now Arjuna has accepted Krishna as the spiritual master, and he is listening from Krishna whatever he is speaking, and he is not judging. He is not judging कि पता नहीं सही बोल रहे कि गलत बोल रहे. इतना लेक्चर तो दे रहे हैं, पता नहीं सही है कि नहीं. The first thing which should happen is having faith in the spiritual master. Whatever we are hearing, that is right. No doubt in that. If we are doubtful, please take out 4th chapter, 40th verse. Krishna describes 4.40 or 39. What is that? 4.39? Agyascha Ashraddhan. Okay, we'll recite 39, right? 40. Okay, we'll recite this 40th. 4.40. Agyascha Shraddadhanascha Sanshayatma Vinashyati Nayam Loko Asti Na Paro Na Sukham Sanshayatmanaha. So now in this verse, Krishna is saying there are 3 types of people. Agya, Ashraddadhana and Samshayatma. Agya means ignorant. Ashraddadhana, faithless. Samshayatma, doubtful. Which of these 3 are most dangerous? Why? तो तीनों तो हैं, उसमें तीनों में कौन सा है सबसे ज्यादा? Doubtful. Faithless. ज्ञान, अज्ञान. अच्छा, अज्ञा, अश्रद्धाना, संशयात्मा. So कितने लोगों को लगता है संशयात्मा is most dangerous? And how many for अज्ञा, अश्रद्धाना? And कितने लोग कंफ्यूज हैं पूरे? सब एक ही लग रहा है. वो संशय लग रहा है. See, Agya can be given Jnana. Ashraddhana can be given faith. But somebody who gets Jnana, who gets faith, still he is doubtful. पता नहीं काम करेगा कि नहीं. That is more dangerous. Samshayatma vinashyati. Of these three, Samshayatma is more dangerous. So we should never have doubt in the philosophy. If you have doubt, ask. But after getting good answers, still keep doubting. नहीं नहीं पता नहीं, मुझे ऐसे ही कुछ तो घुमा दिया प्रभु जी ने. मैक्सिमम यही होता है. We have doubts. पता नहीं काम करता है कि नहीं, मुझे गिनी पिग तो नहीं बना रहे, मेरे पे एक्सपेरिमेंट तो नहीं चल रहा है. इनका एक्सपेरिमेंट ठीक हो, सक्सेस होगा तो बाकियों को बताएंगे. So Krishna is saying, Arey Baba, this knowledge is coming in parampara. I have given this knowledge to Sun God in the beginning of the creation. You are not the first person. आपके ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं चल रहा है. It is time tested formula. So Krishna, as he is speaking, Arjuna has all the faith in Krishna. This process works. He is asking all these things just to clarify his doubts and for the welfare of people in general. And after he gets his answers, he no longer doubts Krishna again. Prabhupada would say, doubt is a symptom of intelligence, but to keep doubting is foolishness. Even if you get right answers, you still keep doubting. Then it is not good. So therefore, it is very, very important to understand this principle of having faith in the process. So now, Prabhupada writes about Sankhya and Sankhya. And yoga involves controlling the senses. Arjuna's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. Forgetting his prime duty, he wanted to cease fighting because he thought that by not killing his relatives, he would be happier. He was thinking, if I'll not kill my relatives, I'll be happy. He was thinking of his own sense gratification. But Krishna is taking Arjuna to next level. Arjuna, whether you like it or not, you have to work. This comes in everyone's life sometimes. Whether we like it or not, we have to do an activity. It is. कुछ किसी ने तो एकदम जोर से हाँ सच में होता है. जाना ही पड़ता है. Whether you like it or not, स्कूल तो जाना ही पड़ता है. Whether you like it or not, you have to go for job. You have to give exams. You have to listen what your mummy says. You have to eat whatever she is making. Whether you like it or not. मेरा favorite वाला नहीं बनाया मम्मी ने आज. So whatever, everybody goes through this. Whether you like it or not, you have to do it. Sooner you accept, you can be peaceful. And you can work with focus. So therefore now Krishna is going to emphasize the process of real dharma. Real dharma is to work for the Lord. Not for my sense gratification, but to please the Lord I will work. That is real dharma. He is going to describe now. What's the meaning of dharma? Dharma means that innate characteristic which never changes. It is not about religion. Religion can be changed. Hindu can become Muslim, Muslim can become Christian or whatever. Any permutation combination is possible. But dharma means that which never changes. What is dharma of fire? To burn. What is dharma of sugar? Dharma of water? To flow in its original state. किसी को आज तक लगता है आज आँख ठंडी ठंडी लग रही, क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है आज? It will never happen. Fire will never change its dharma. So now Krishna is going to describe what is actual dharma. That is to serve the Lord in detached way. And that gives the greatest joy. This principle of working on Krishna's terms, that gives the greatest joy. And most of us have not realized it. That's why we doubt. That's why we fear. कि पता नहीं ज्यादा घुसेंगे तो गड़बड़ तो नहीं हो जाएगा. In the childhood days, there was a story. In the jungle, one time there was a cave, and all the animals, they were going, and nobody was coming out. And another deer came and said, all the footprints are going only inside this cave. Nobody is going out of this cave. So कुछ problem है. अंदर नहीं घुसना चाहिए. So we doubt the process. इधर घुस जाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो जाएगा. पहले ही बोला है कि chant हरे कृष्णा and be happy, but chant हरे कृष्णा और be happy तो हो नहीं रहा है. कब से chanting कर रहे हैं? It is like entering a tunnel, long tunnel in the train. इधर का लाइट चला गया, इधर का लाइट दिख नहीं रहा है. क्या चल रहा है? मस्त तो नहीं गए ना, इधर के न माया मिली न राम, दोनों भी गए. So this section and this remaining second chapter is wonderful section where Krishna is going to describe how working for him gives the greatest satisfaction and joy, and what should be the mood of a sadhaka, a practitioner, devotee. What he should do, what he should not do. So it is very important. Okay, so now, as he starts describing this Buddhi Yoga, Prabhupada writes an elaborate purport to this. We are not going to the detail of this purport. Prabhupada describes about this Sankhya philosophy in detail in this chapter, in this purport. And then he describes that Arjuna has accepted Krishna as the spiritual master. And therefore, Krishna is now going to describe this Buddhi Yoga. In simple sense, Buddhi Yoga means devotional service. Krishna is going to describe the powerful process of devotional service now. And 40th is a very, very beautiful verse, very powerful verse. How powerful this practice of bhakti is. Neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Translation please, somebody.
In this endeavor, there is no loss of illumination, and the little advancement on this path can protect one from the more dangerous status quo.
Neha na iha abhikrama nash. Iha in this, krama sequence. Krama is sequence. There is no destruction of the sequence of devotional service. Whatever we do, it is a permanent gain. Even if somebody chants for some days or some weeks, some months, some years and leaves, it is a permanent gain. That is written in his permanent bank account. It will never be destroyed. Na iha abhikrama nash. Swa alpam api. Even if there is small gain. If somebody chanted for only one day this Hare Krishna mantra, it is there in his permanent bank account. It will never be deleted. That is the powerful process of devotional service. Swa alpam api asya dharma. This dharma of bhakti, if somebody is practicing, there is no loss in this endeavor. And you know what is the gain? Trayate mahato bhayat. This can free one from the most dangerous type of fear. Mahato bhayat. We have heard the story of Ajamil. Ajamil, he just chanted once. Narayan. At the time of death, he chanted his son, son's name. He called his son. He didn't call Narayan. He called out to his son. That one chanting was sufficient to destroy all his sins. That should not give us the impetus. अच्छा ये तो जीवन भर कुछ भी करो, at the end of your life नारायण बोलेंगे, हो गया, हरि बोल, वैकुंठ कमांड descending. It will not happen like that. If we purposefully chant the names after doing sin, you know what is that? That is an offense towards the name. We are using the name to cleanse our sin. Ajamil didn't call out Narayan to protect himself. He was anxious. He saw his son Narayan and he just called out Narayan. That offenseless chanting protected him. He didn't know the power of the names. So that is how this one name is so powerful, Narayan. Because three Yamdutas had come already. And they were about to take the subtle body and the soul was helplessly going behind. He called out Narayan. So this has 4 syllables, Narayana. Immediately, Lord Narayan in the Vaikuntha, he thought, this person is chanting my name. नाम तो नारायण का है ना, किसी का भी रख दो तो नाम तो उनका ही है, नाम तो उसके बेटे का नहीं हो गया ना. नारायण नाम किसका है? भगवान का नाम है. So Lord is so wonderful, so magnanimous. He thought, he is calling my name. It is my duty to protect him. Immediately he sent his messengers, go and save my devotee. Devotee? ये devotee है. जीवन में कुछ भी अच्छा नहीं किया उसने. Of course, he was devotee in the beginning of his life. He got deviated. Shukdev Goswami, he is describing the power of devotional service. And he said, you know what is the power of bhakti? If somebody once even chants the name of the Lord with faith, he will not see Yamdutas even in dreams. What to speak of at the time of death? Sakrinmana Krishna Padara Vindayo Niveshitam Tad Gunaragi Yairiha Nate Yamam Pashabhritam Chatadbhatan Swapne Pipashyanti Chirna Nishkrita. Sakrit means even once. एक बार भी भगवान का नाम श्रद्धा से कोई ले. Shraddha means, what is that Shraddha? Krishna is the Lord and I am servant of Lord. Sakrin mana Krishna padaravindayo niveshitum tad gunaragi, even if he is not pure. एक बार भगवान का नाम लेना without any other motives, they will never see Yamraj or Yamdut. सपने में भी नहीं दिखेंगे. So this whole story of Ajamil is described as a testimony. एक बार नारायण का नाम लिया देखो. And Yamdutas, as they are listening, Vishnudutas, they are very strongly telling, he is a pure person, you know, ये बोल रहे pure. इनका बताऊं क्या बैंक अकाउंट अपना? We have all the written accounts. They tell in detail what all this person has done. Vishnudutas, they say, Arey Baba, you don't know, he chanted Narayan. So Yamdutas, they are bewildered. क्या नारायण एक बार बोला तो हो गया? Yes, that's the power of one name of Narayan. Anyone chants any way, offenseless chanting, purified. Sanketyam parihasyam va stobham helanam eva va vaikunthanam agranam nasheshagaharam vidu. If somebody is just pointing out, Hare Krishna wala ja raha hai. He is not calling Krishna. What he is doing? Pointing out. Sanket. Parihasyam, some people they make fun. क्या आजकल बहुत हरे कृष्णा क्या चल रहा है? They are not calling out Krishna. They are just making parihas, joking. Some people say, यार वो हरे कृष्णा मंदिर में कीर्तन अच्छा होता है, हरे कृष्णा अच्छा गाते हैं वो लोग. He has nothing to do with Krishna. He is interested in singing, musical entertainment. Stobham. Some people, they sometimes, call out Krishna. Hilanam. Anyway you chant, you are getting purified. So that is the power of Krishna consciousness. Ne iha na iha abhikramanash. So Krishna consciousness, it is eternal and its gains are eternal. Anywhere, anytime we chant, it will always have effect. So that is the process of devotional service. Okay, we'll continue from this verse next time. Any questions? Anybody has any questions they can ask.